we're gonna try out something new. This has actually been one of the most requested styles of videos for my YouTube channel, which is very exciting for me. I didn't realize you guys were interested in this stuff, so I'm very, very excited that we get to do it. So this is all about how to play diver on the piano. I grew up as a classical pianist, surrounded by theory and music, so it's very exciting for me to talk about this stuff. Yay! Let's dive into how to play diver.
I'm a diver, watch me dive into seas full of feelings. Life got me.
Diver is written in the scale of A major and only uses 3 chords from that scale. The entire song is built around 3 chords. So if you're wondering, how do I play a major scale? This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna find an A on your keyboard, any A, and you're gonna travel 1 octave up to the next A. You're just gonna play all the notes from A to the next A. But in order to get your major scale sound, we're gonna need to add some sharps. Sharps on the keyboard are black keys. What they do is they make every note half step higher than what it normally would be. The A major scale, before you start playing, the A major scale has 3 sharps: C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. Let's try it. So start on A, you're gonna play A, B. When we get to C, you're not gonna press the white key C, but because A major has C sharp, you're gonna play, the black key that's right next to C. So A, B, C sharp, D, E, F. When you get to F, once again, A major has F sharp. You're gonna play, the black key that's right next to F. Next note is G. Again, A major has a G sharp. We're gonna play the black key, 1 up from G. You get the gist. You see a pattern here. And now we're back at A. So let's recap from the beginning. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. That is your A major scale. All of the notes in Diver, all of the melodies, all of the chords, everything in the production uses these 7 notes. That's it. Now, on to playing the chords. Diver will be using 3 chords from A major. These are really the fundamental basic chords of any scale. They're pretty standard. There's nothing fancy about this. So the first chord is going to be built on the first note of A major, which is A. Second chord will be built on the 4th note of A major. So if you literally play up the scale, go 1, 2, 3, 4, you land on D. D chord. And the third chord will be built on E, which is the 5th note of the A major scale. Let's go back. When you build a chord on a note, you're going to always skip 1 note in between. So in order to build a chord on A, you're going to play A, C sharp, which is sharp from before when we played the scale, and E. That's your A major chord. Another way to think about this is we would call this the 1 chord because it is built on the first note of A major, aka A. Another word for this would be the tonic. That's a more fancy word to describe it. When someone refers the tonic, they're just talking about the very first note in a scale. So the tonic in C major would be C, tonic in D major would be D, tonic in G major would be G. You get it. So we have our tonic chord, number 1 chord on A. Then we move on to 5. We're gonna get to 4, I promise. we go to 5, which in A major is E. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, land on E. We build a chord on E. Remember from before, we're gonna skip a note. So E, G sharp, and B. When you're playing these chords, you can use your thumb, your middle finger, and your pinky, whichever hand you're playing with. So the E is the 5th note in A major, which means the chord, we would call it the 5. In music, you would use the Roman numerals for these numbers. The 5th chord in a major scale also has a fancy name. Just like 1 had the name tonic, the 5 is called the dominant. You don't need to remember this, but it's just a little bit of fancy music theory for you in case you're interested. So the dominant is not specific to the A major scale. It just means any sort of 5th note in any major or minor scale. The last chord that we need for Diver is the chord that we would build on the 4th note of A major. Since 5 was E, all we need to do is travel 1 down, and we're now on D. When we build a chord, as you now know, we're going to skip 1 note in between. So D, F sharp that we have from before, and A. Again, fingers 1, 3, and 5. That's your D major chord. Now, because 5 was called the dominant, the 4th is 1 down from the dominant, 1 down from 5, and we're going to call it the subdominant. Sub is quite literally a prefix used to describe something being under, like a submarine. under the ocean. Same here, the subdominant is below the dominant, which means dominant is 5, subdominant is 4, or the fourth number of the scale. Now, let's put it all together. Here's the chords and the order that you're going to use them when you play diver. In the verse, you're going to start with 1, A major, going to move to E, 5, back down to 1, A, and D. You're going to go through that progression 2 times. When you get to the pre-chorus, you're going to play A, 1, D, 4, back down to A, 1, and up to D, 4. That's your pre-chorus. Last thing left is the chorus. We'll start on A, 1, treble up to E, 5, 1 down D, 4, back up to E, 5. You will loop through that 3 times. Here is how it is all put together. Let's go! A, 1. I cried when I watched the sunset. E5, back down to 1. I cried when I moved away. Up to 4D, back down to A. I cried when the moment's perfect. E5, back down to 1. I cry when there's no words to 4D say. Now we're in the pre-chorus. Back down to 1, A. I can't help it, A. Up to D. If I feel it, back down to 1, A. It comes pouring, up to D4, like the summer rain. And we're in the chorus. I'm a diver, 1. Watch me dive in. E5, into C's D4, full of feelings, up to E5, life got me in, oh I'm a diver, A1, how deep can I swim, E5, fill me up, back down to D4, with emotion, up to E5, right to the brim, so I'll dive, A1, dive, E5, to the ocean floor, D4, I never, E5,